The firestorm over the Roger Stone case. Top officials in the Department of Justice moved to lighten the sentencing recommendations of career prosecutors. This after President Trump publicly criticized their call for a lengthy jail term. The 4 prosecutors have quit the case in protest, one even resigning from the Justice Department. Our senior national affairs correspondent Terry Moran is at the White House with that story for us. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, Robin. Roger Stone is one of the president's closest associates, a longtime friend, but a jury convicted him of obstructing justice and witness tampering, so he's a felon. Throughout that trial, he was scornful and defiant, almost as if he knew he had friends in high places. This morning, the big question in Washington: did President Trump pressure Justice Department prosecutors to propose a lenient prison sentence for his longtime friend and advisor, Roger Stone? Trump denies it.
I'd be able to do it if I wanted. I have the absolute right to do it. I stay out of things to a degree that people wouldn't believe, but I didn't speak to him.
But the president did lash out at the 4 prosecutors on the case who recommended to a judge that Stone serve 7 to 9 years in prison for witness tampering, lying to Congress, and obstructing a congressional investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election.
I thought the recommendation was ridiculous. I thought the whole prosecution was ridiculous.
And Trump doubled down on Twitter, calling the recommended sentence horrible and very unfair. And he declared that this miscarriage of justice cannot be allowed. So just hours later, in a surprise move, the Justice Department abruptly changed course, withdrawing the recommended sentence. A senior justice official echoing Trump, calling it extreme and excessive. And then a true shocker. All 4 prosecutors announced they were quitting Stone's case, a protest without precedent in department history. Finally, a new prosecutor came in and told the court 7 to 9 years for Stone would not be appropriate. These are stunning developments. The president is up and tweeting about it. Congratulations, he says, to Attorney General Bill Barr for taking charge of a case that was totally out of control and perhaps should not even have been brought.
Okay, Terry, stand by. I want to bring in our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, for more on this as well. And Pierre, let me begin with you. Let me underscore what Terry said in his piece. This is totally unprecedented. The top justice officials stepping in after the sentencing is filed, and then all 4 career prosecutors step aside from the case in protest. And this is not the only example of top justice officials bending in the president's direction.
Well, George, I've covered the Justice Department more than 20 years. I've never seen anything like this. Trial attorneys going to the court, making a recommendation, and then the Justice Department saying that they were essentially wrong, excessive in their recommendation, George.
And Terry, let me bring in, this is against the backdrop of the president being acquitted on impeachment last week. And in the meantime, not only is he congratulating William Barr, he's attacked the prosecutors in the case over tweet. He's attacked the judge in the case. He's fired career officials who testified in the impeachment trial. We're seeing a campaign of retribution, a president unleashed.
He certainly is. He's always been a president who tests the limits of presidential power. And in Bill Barr, he now has an attorney general who again and again, as Pierre says, has demonstrated the willingness to run the Justice Department and run specific cases in ways that work for the president's personal and political interests.
And Pierre, let me bring this back to you. Has the Justice Department provided any evidence at all that this wasn't in response to the president's tweets, the president's public calls?
George, what they're saying is that the White House had no involvement. They say if pressed, they will make that claim in court when the sentencing comes up in the coming weeks. And George, their bottom line is that they're saying is that they were blindsided by this, that they had an understanding that the recommendation would be less than this, and then it came out the way that it did. Obviously, there's a lot of skepticism here in Washington, George.
Yeah, given what a high-profile case this is, how much attention there was on it. Okay, Pierre Thomas, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.